Yo, still bills, what's the deal, man? I just got off motherfucking work, man. I'm heading home. I'm gonna throw my chicken, get home and cook my chicken up before I gotta go to the gym tonight, because I'm going to the gym tonight. That's for that sure, man. But peep game, man, I'm gonna get into this shit, man. And that's I came across something, and it just really has kind of been like, yo, it's just baffling to me, man. I'm not against fighters moving up. I think it's to be encouraged because it's a challenge. When you move up, you challenge yourself. You don't know how your body is going to, handle being in a higher division. You don't know if your punch resistance is going to be able to withstand whatever, I mean, naturally you're fighting bigger men when you're moving up. So you don't know if you can, if your punch resistance is going to withstand itself taking shots from bigger dudes. You don't know if your gas tank is going to sustain itself with you, lugging around a little bit more weight. And, it's not even just the weight aspect of it. It's a bigger dude being in front of you that's, he's leaning on you a little bit more. He's hitting you a little bit harder. That zaps your energy. Your energy preserves a lot more. You don't know if your punching power is going to be able to, sustain itself in a higher division. And another thing, I mean, even your defense, man, you can be fleet-footed, you can be all that shit, man, but it takes energy to slip and get to the side of punches and roll up under punches. That takes energy. You got to be able to make sure that you can sustain yourself jumping up in those higher weight classes. So I encourage it, man. But what I don't encourage is people jumping up divisions just to fight fighters from the previous division that they jumped up from. So that brings me to Danny Garcia, man. Just the nerve and audacity, bro. Like, how was it that you could sit here? What have you done? I'm only fighting people that's gonna give me $10 million, bro. I don't think you've ever received a purse that high. I don't think you've ever received a $10 million purse, even when you was at your peak at 140 pounds, fresh off a Matisse victory. You didn't receive not 140, but you didn't receive a $10 million purse, and you're not gonna get that because I hate saying that people ain't worth it, but just your market value isn't. They're not gonna see a return investment on that $10 million that they pay you. They're just not. You know how you get there, and just for some reason, this thought just eludes these fighters, in particular these PBC fighters. You know how you get to a $10 million purse? Fighting the fights that people want to see, or fighting the fights that you say, yo, I don't know this dude, but when you unpack it and you understand the degree of difficulty that this dude went through to get this fight, and you come out victorious, you gain a new fan. I don't get how, oh man, I'm not gonna get $10 million from this individual. I mean, you never got that to begin with, but you're still young. It's a possibility that you could go through you could become a no-needle donaire. But for you to sit here and say, yo, Tony Harrison I'm not gonna get $10 million with a Tony Harrison and this and that and third, it's like, you've never gotten that to begin with. You've never gotten that. If you fall Golovkin, you're not getting $10 million. Now, you're not getting 10 M's if you fall to Golovkin. So what makes you think you could, am I gonna get 10 M's fighting the Tony Harrison? Like, bro. I don't get, you talking about a Spence rematch and everything like that. And it's like, you want to move up and just fight fighters from your previous division. I know you mentioned Lara or whatever, which I wouldn't be mad at a Lara fight. I'd salute it. But at this point, Lara's looking in another direction. He's trying to gun down Golovkin. You talking about you can't get 10 M's to fight a Tony Harrison. Let's just say you fought Tony Harrison and you beat a Tony Harrison, and you become a mandatory for fucking Jermell Charlo's. I don't know what belt it is that Tim Tszyu was a mandatory for. But let's say, Tony Harrison beats Tim Tszyu. Jermell is busy for whatever the reason, he's busy for whatever reason it may be, and you and him actually get to rumbling. Now you become a mandatory for Jermell Charlo's belt if he decides to move down. You don't think that's a significant bump in pay that you would get if you was to go and fight a Jermell Charlo. Mind you, you only fought last year and it was with another fucking welterweight. So, you know, what are we doing, bro? Like, it's like, I don't, like, y'all motherfuckers just, y'all want to be compensated for doing the least. Y'all want to be compensated for doing the least. You know, like, this is the same dude who thought that $3 million from Bud in a pay-per-view upside, you know, that was insulting to him. And it's like, bro, what makes you think, like, the majority of you fighters are not getting these paydays that y'all think that y'all are getting. Like, to the point where motherfuckers are supposed to overly compensate you, bro. Like, no. Oh, you know, just at this point, are you not concerned? I get it. You at an age now, which I don't understand it because you're still young, but you're at an age now where you like, yo, man, I'm coming up on the tail end of my career. My career is circling the drain, so I want to make this capital, as much money as I could possibly get before I chuck the deuces. You fighting these type of fights is going to get you that. That's a fact. You haven't beat nobody. Nobody is checking for you and Keith Thurman rematch. You're not getting the Porter rematch. Porter's retired. You're not getting the Spence rematch because it's unnecessary. Nobody is asking you for these fights. Nobody is demanding these fights. We don't want to see you fight them motherfuckers again. If you gonna continue to call out welterweight and shit, just drop back down to welterweight. There's still fighters on that side of the street that you ain't fought yet. Ugas is still on that side of the street. Abel Ramos is down there on that side of the street. Riverside Rocky is still down there on that side of the street. Cody Crowley, if you don't want to fight the New Jacks, you don't want to fight Cody Crowley. You don't want to fight Boots Ennis. All right, cool. Those are 3 names right there I gave you that you could, all right, cool. Let me run it with them. Jamal James, Butayev. There's a multitude of welterweights that you could be running that shit with, but you want to you want to move up to 154 pounds and pull up them other cats from welterweight and command a $10 million person. Even speaking to that shit is just kind of like, bro, that's baffling. That's wild. What is that? What do I get out of fighting Tony Harrison? You get a shot at a title if you beat Tony Harrison. Put yourself in a position to become a 3-weight world champion. Why wouldn't you jump at an opportunity like that? We all know why you wouldn't. And it's understandable. It's understandable. But bro, I'm just saying, man, like, y'all cats is, I don't know what's going on with y'all over there. Like, they have, B-Hop said it best, man. Y'all not getting paid. Y'all not getting 12-round money for fucking 6 rounds. Y'all not getting that no more. That well is running dry. You don't get, you want a $10 million is what Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders got when they fought Canelo. You want that type of money for not putting in that type of pain. You want it in one lump sum. You're not going to get that because you've yet to get it in the now. You can command a possible $2 million purse if you was to fight someone like a Tony Harrison. You can do that. You can do that. Possibly. Because that's a dope fight right there. There's 2 reputable names. I wouldn't be mad at it if you decided to jump up and take on that challenge. But you not. You want a bit. You want a $10 million fight when there's no $10 million fighters in your division on that side of the street. Jermell isn't even a $10 million fighter. So what would convince you that somebody got that for you? And Jermell is undisputed. Spence ain't even a $10 million fighter. You're not gonna hit 10 M's until you. I don't think you get that with Golovkin. You're not getting that with Golovkin. You're not jumping up to 168 pounds to go holler at Canelo. You're not doing that. You're not doing that at all. And it just so happens to be that's where the 10 M's is at that you're looking for. So I just think it's ridiculous, man, how y'all cats just, y'all get in front of these cameras and just bump y'all gums and just say some of the most outlandish shit, man. Y'all, listen, you and me you're at a completely different level than me. People are going to look you up because you're a popular boxer. Just at least people within boxing spaces, they're gonna look, yo, just on some random shit, man. Let me go see what Danny Garcia is on. Let me see if he has some new interviews out, releasing some new deets on what it is that he got going on in the immediate future. They ain't gonna do that with me. I ain't nobody. So when you put shit out there on these algorithms, man, you can shoot yourself in the foot, because it's like, yo, bro, you're looking for 10 million. You're looking for a purse that you've never got, and you're not even buzzing. You could have worked your way up to that when you came into fruition. You were fresh off of Manny and Floyd's buzz in the career in that division. Oh, you fresh off of Manny and Floyd. Like Manny and Floyd was. They made that division what it was. And y'all was the next generation up under them. And the water ran dry. It's still water. It ain't ocean water, bro. It's pond water. There's no traction in that motherfucker. You wasn't able to command a $10 million purse when it was ocean water. Tidal waves, Monday waves, tsunamis. You wasn't in a position to command that shit, bro. When you was buzzing like that. Now you're commanding that in the now. When as stagnant as that division is, you're trying to command that now, bro. I think that shit is wild. I don't get it with y'all dudes, man. I don't get it with these cats over there where y'all just think y'all can just be overly compensated for doing nothing. Keith Thurman is another nigga commanding $10 million for what? For what reason does anybody have to give you 10 M's, bro? For what reason? What have you done that's worthy of $10 million? Nothing. 2 fights in 4 years, bro. You're done. So before y'all get on here talking about, what do I get for out of fighting a Tony Harrison or somebody like that, man? Just think about what it is that you're saying before you say it. Because if you beat a Tony Harrison in his division, that opens you up to more paydays, because now you garner more attention. I don't see how this is so complicated to comprehend, but it is what it is, man. I'm going to our house. Y'all be easy. Deuces.